Hi, this is Morning Star Talks. Thanks for tuning in. So let me just get it right into it. The Lord put in my heart, and I myself wanted to be vulnerable before you guys once again. And this time I just want to talk about the areas that I've struggled with being a Christian. I just want to share that in the beginning, when I first became a Christian, it wasn't easy. It wasn't right away. Like, I dropped everything, gave my life to Christ. It wasn't that way. I was still in that period of dealing with a breakup from a previous boyfriend, and I was still hanging around the same friend groups. I did go to church, I did read the Bible, but I was still very much around negative influences and doing worldly things like drinking, having sex, partying, doing all the things that I knew I wasn't supposed to. But the only difference being is that now, being a newly converted Christian, I felt more convicted about the things that I was doing because I knew that I gave my life to Christ, and I knew that the things that I was doing was wrong. I knew that I wasn't supposed to have sex before marriage. I knew that I wasn't supposed to drink. I knew that I wasn't supposed to party anymore, but I failed. And I just want to share that with you guys because I feel like Christians tend to filter their lives and the process to get to where they're at, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I realize that I want to be more open and honest with you guys, especially because if I'm sitting in front of you and teaching you and guiding you on how to work on your Christian lifestyle, how can I hide? How can I say that it wasn't hard for me? Not to mention that even though in my life currently I read the Bible, I pray, I tell others about Jesus, I have a personal connection with God and Jesus, like, there's still areas of my life where I struggle with. There's still areas of doubt where I sometimes don't believe that God is as faithful as he says he is, or that God will choose the best path for me or have the best intentions. And of course, this is the enemy talking, but let's be real. A lot of times the enemy will get into our minds and we will end up in the same path that we were in the beginning. That has happened to me a lot of times, actually. And even though there are points in my life or just in my day-to-day life where I have a good mentality, I stay close to the Bible and remember God's words, and I'm like, yeah, I can do it. I can fight everything that I'm thinking about. I just gotta pray. And the next thing you know, I find myself next week down in the slumps because my thoughts have led me to just feel depressed, feel shamed, feel guilty. And I just want to share that with you guys because that negative way of thinking, that negative way of just allowing these negative thoughts to get to me, has led me to almost start drinking and smoking again. And I don't know why I did it. This past weekend, I did smoke a puff of a cigarette and a couple of sips of a beer, and I just felt so guilty. I felt so guilty, and I knew right away that it was wrong. I knew that I shouldn't have done it. And the thing is, what's crazy to me is that I felt no satisfaction whatsoever, and I felt no satisfaction with drinking. And I think that that's the most craziest thing that happened in my experience, because I used to love drinking. I used to love getting nicotine high because it relieved my stress and it relieved the way that I felt, and it made me numb. And it's just crazy because, like, I did feel stressed. I did feel the need to take away the stress and just the thoughts that I was having. So I wanted to, smoke the cigarettes to potentially get me that nicotine high, but I didn't even have it. And I think that's the crazy thing, is that I felt nothing. I didn't realize why people continue to smoke and why people continue to drink. I mean, of course, when you drink hard liquors, chances are you will be drunk, and you'll definitely have the effects then. But I had a couple sips of beer, and I don't know, it's just a warm feeling, but that's about it. And I realized like this is not even worth it. Like this is not worth losing my salvation. This is not worth tossing my relationship with God, especially when God has been there for my entire life. God has been there by my side when I'm alone. When I leave a place, he comes back with me home. He comes with me when I'm sleeping. He comes with me when I'm eating. Every time that I'm alone, every time I'm with people, he's the one person that I could count on, and he's the one person that I can know that he's always going to be there. I realize like I'm so sorry. I don't know why I decided to do that. And I want to share that with you guys because, you know, this is a year in me being a Christian. So I'm sure that if you are 5 years being a Christian, 4 years being a Christian, any more than that, I can only imagine how hard it is to stick true to your faith and continue to push through everything that the world has to offer. And I want to share that with you because I want you to know that you're not alone, that it's not impossible to give your life to Christ and be a new creation. And one thing that I've learned is that I cannot doubt myself when I made my vow that I was going to live my life for Christ, the power that it holds to be baptized. Because like I said, like that one puff of the cigarette like didn't make me addicted again. It didn't make me want it again. I mean, it did because I wanted to see if the effect will happen again, but I knew that it wasn't going to, so that's how I was like, yeah, no. But you know, I just want to be open and honest with you guys. Like I said, I just wanted to share that because that experience led me to realize like, okay, well, clearly my spiritual lifestyle has died completely because it's gotten to the point where I have thought that it's okay to smoke a cigarette or to just drink a beer and think that it's okay. Conviction is different for every Christian. I know that there are some that believe that drinking alcohol is okay or whatever the case may be, but personally I feel like these things for me are not good for me and they have long-term effects. If I continue to smoke, I will increase wrinkles, I will be addicted to it, it'll, you know, have an effect on my finances, not to mention I will reek of the smell on my clothes, in my house, or wherever I decide to be, in my car and that sort of thing. I wanted to be open and honest with you guys because I realized that this journey of Christianity is not easy, and I just want you guys to know that no matter what, God will always be there and he will always find a way to bring you back. My prayer life has increased again. I started praying again and I started reading the word again. And I guess my piece of advice for those that are struggling or in the same boat as me is to don't doubt the power of God and to know that God is always waiting for you when you're ready to come back. He is love, not hate. And so don't ever feel ashamed for the mistakes that you make, but know that when you do confess your sins, that he is willing and ready to forgive you at any point. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you. It only matters that you made that vow to be a Christian and you come back to him, because that vow will not return void. So I just want to share that with you guys, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. I will continue to be more active on my YouTube channel because I realize that I want to continue doing the work and the will of God and that he has called me to do. And I see the amount of dedication that Christians put in, like Christian songwriters, preachers, street preacher, people that have so much faith and they really have works attached to it. And I want my life to be like that because I do believe, and I am 100% about my faith and the works that God has done in my life. So I will continue to post more things, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you are having a wonderful day. See you soon. Bye.